When I was younger, I often heard people say, "Nothing is impossible." At that time, it sounded like a nice sentence, but I didn't really believe it. Life felt difficult. English was hard. Many things felt out of reach. But as I grew older, learned more stories, and experienced more failures and small successes, I slowly began to understand what this sentence truly means. Nothing is impossible does not mean everything is easy. It does not mean you will succeed the first time. It means that if someone else has done it, or even if no one has done it before, it is still possible for you step by step, day by day. Let me start with a very old story. More than 2,000 years ago, in ancient China, there was a man named Confucius. He was born into a poor family. He did not have money or power. In fact, many people laughed at him and thought his ideas were useless. But Confucius believed in learning, self-improvement, and moral values. He kept teaching, even when no one listened. He traveled from place to place, explaining his ideas again and again. During his lifetime, he was not very successful. But today, his words have influenced millions of people around the world. If Confucius had given up early, history would be very different. His story reminds me that success does not always come quickly. Sometimes, it comes long after you are gone. Now let's talk about someone from the West. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times. People often asked him why he didn't quit. He simply said that he did not fail, he just found many ways that did not work. Can you imagine failing again and again and still continuing? Most people would stop. But Edison believed that something was possible, even when it looked impossible. Because of him, we have light at night. Because of him, the world became brighter literally. Another powerful example is Helen Keller. She lost her sight and hearing at a very young age. For most people, this would mean a life of silence and darkness. But Helen Keller refused to accept that limitation. With the help of her teacher, she learned how to communicate, read, and write. Later, she became a writer and a speaker. She stood on stages and shared her story with the world. Think about that for a moment. A person who could not see or hear learned to speak to millions. Let's move to a more modern example. Many people learning English today feel afraid to speak. They worry about making mistakes. They think their accent is bad. They think they are too old or too busy. I used to think the same way. Then I learned about Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. When he was young, he failed many exams. He was rejected by many companies, even KFC. His English was not perfect, but he practiced by talking to tourists every day. He stood on the street and spoke English for free, just to improve. Today, he is one of the most well-known business leaders in the world. But his success did not come from talent alone. It came from courage, the courage to try when things felt uncomfortable. Sports also give us powerful examples. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was once cut from his high school basketball team. He did not make it. He went home and cried. But instead of quitting, he practiced harder than ever before. He failed many times during his career. He missed thousands of shots. But he said that failure was the reason he succeeded. This teaches us an important lesson. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Sometimes, we think only famous people prove that nothing is impossible. But ordinary people do it every day. Think about someone who learns to read at an old age. Think about someone who changes careers at 40 or 50. Think about someone who moves to a new country and starts from zero. These people may never appear in history books, but their courage is just as powerful. I once met a man who started learning English in his 40s. He could only say a few words at first. People laughed at him. But he practiced every day. He spoke slowly. He made mistakes. Today, he works in an international company and communicates confidently. His story inspired me deeply. When we say nothing is impossible, we are not saying life is easy. We are saying that progress is possible. Change is possible. Growth is possible. If you are learning English and feel stuck, remember this: you don't need to speak perfectly. You just need to speak. If you are afraid to start something new, remember this: every expert was once a beginner. If you feel tired or slow, remember this: slow progress is still progress. History, sports, science, and everyday life all tell us the same story. People succeed not because they are special, but because they keep going. Nothing is impossible does not mean everything will happen today. It means that with patience, effort, and belief, tomorrow can be different. So when you feel like giving up, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Say this sentence again, quietly or loudly: nothing is impossible. And then take one small step forward. That is how impossible things begin to change.